guys, what's going on? Welcome back to my channel. This week's video is going to be a little different. I'm going to be explaining all about my tiny house group called Tiny House Central on Facebook. You guys can check out that link right there, and I'll put it in the description below, where I created this group for everything tiny house related. This includes tiny houses, RVs, yurts, schoolies, tree houses, tiny houses on foundation, travel trailers, A-frames, anything that is basically 400 square feet and less. Everybody is welcome that is tiny house friendly. If you have a tiny house, are planning for a tiny house, if you're a builder, anything that's relating to tiny houses, no matter what kind of tiny house and no matter what you're doing in those tiny houses, you're still living the tiny house lifestyle, so it's all welcome. I take this YouTube channel and I promote it in all of the tiny house groups, and I'm in over 250 tiny house groups. Every week I hammer out posting each of my videos in all of these groups. I have gotten much backlash from the groups that I post in. I've been kicked out of about 50 different groups, all because I post my videos. Some say that they are not tiny house related, which I completely disagree, and I'm blocked before you know it, so I never get a chance to explain. I think out of that 250, I've gotten kicked out of about 50 of them so far. Some of these videos are my business related videos, and they are not welcome in the groups either, and I'm not sure why. I'm not in there trying to sell my products. I'm in there showing a YouTube video on how it is to work inside of a tiny house. My main purpose of putting the business related videos on my YouTube channel is to show you how to work out of a tiny house. Well, some of those business videos have also been getting kicked out of the tiny house groups, saying that they're nothing to do with tiny houses whatsoever, and I completely disagree. I blocked off a 8x8 area in my tiny house. I built a bunch of storage for it, and it all matters. My bumping. In the promotional world on Facebook, where I want to promote for free, that includes putting my videos and my posts in other groups. I don't know if many of you know this, but when you comment on a post, it shoots it right back up to the top of everybody's page. Whether this is 5 days down the line, 10 days down the line, a week down the line, if somebody comments on any of your pictures or videos, it will be the #1 thing in everybody's timelines again and again and again. So when you see me thanking people for liking my videos, yes, it's to thank the people for liking them, but it is also a way for me to boost that post again, to show it to people who might not have seen it. We welcome posting in our group, Tiny House Central, because we encourage people to put their businesses out there. We want people to show off their stuff. We want people to sell their items, and we want people to succeed in the tiny house business industry. When I post in international groups, some of them kick me out because they say, "You're in the USA, you don't belong here. Our tiny houses have nothing to do with your tiny houses." Again, I disagree. Tiny house living is living in 400 square feet and less. Whether you're in Australia or Spain or the UK, it's no different than a 400 or under square foot in the USA. We can grab inspiration from each other, we can gain insight, we can gain helpful tips. So in Tiny House Central, we welcome international builders, we welcome international bloggers and members. We want them all. It's a Tiny House Central place. Not being able to talk the truth about what's going on about your tiny house. A lot of people know that I had problems with my builder. I had about 88 different mistakes that they made. I was given backlash on posting my problems inside the groups. I wasn't able to talk about my problems. They put a new clause in their contract that said you can't talk about your build on social media. I didn't think that was right. So creating Tiny House Central, I wanted it to be a place where people could openly and freely talk about their problems on their houses if they have some. So these things that I have received backlash on are some of the reasons why I created Tiny House Central. Moving on to the benefits of Tiny House Central. We talk about the good, bad, and the ugly of tiny living. I want people to have a problem and to be able to come to the group and ask all these questions to all the members who either may have tiny houses already or know the knowledge about what the person's asking the question about. I feel a lot of people get kicked out of groups because of this, wanting to talk about a negative situation or a negative build or something wrong on their build. But in my opinion, this is the only way you're going to be able to fix that problem, is by putting it out there. Hiding it behind closed doors is not going to do any good for any of us. We all want to learn from each other. Facebook has started this new thing called post topics, and we highly encourage people to put a post topic to their post when posting in Tiny House Central, because when you put a post topic to your post and other people don't want to scroll through all the stuff, all they have to do is either look up a post topic, or they could put in the search bar what they're looking for and all those posts will come up. If you guys don't put the post topics, I end up going through all of the posts and putting whatever I think will draw attention to that post. If you're a builder, we've actually utilized all 150 of our post topics. You never know, you guys might be in there. If you have a channel on YouTube or if you have a business, check to see if you have your own post topic, because I see you guys posting all the time, so I'll make post topics according to what you guys are posting. We created Tiny House Central business cards with everything that we do in the group posted on the back in order for people to take to events to hand out to anyone they want. Say you are a builder, or you have a certification company or a financing company, or you're renting out land and you want other people to be guided to all of this information, hand them a Tiny House Central business card. They can be led to there by that. If you guys need Tiny House Central business cards, there's a post where you can request that some be sent to you, and it's absolutely free. We pay for them with the group, so no worries on that, but it's basically free advertising and free promoting. I would take advantage of it. Sponsorship. We had a member come to us and ask us if they could sponsor us. This is when our sponsorship started, which is what you guys see at the top on the banner, those logos from other companies. We had 3 sponsors, and we had another sponsor in September, October. You pay $15 a month to have your logo on the banner, as well as us advertising your business 1 or 2 times a month. This includes a couple bumps on your posts to get them up at the top of the page, because we know you guys don't always have time to do it. And it also includes about 25 to 50 business cards for events that you guys may be holding yourselves. We're going to talk about the juice of Tiny House Central. I love the files. We have, I don't know how many files we have, but we have a ton of files. Our files would include 3 lists of builders, all alphabetized, parking, certification, insurance, financing, delivery, events, workshops, and classes, blogs, vlogs, and articles, land for sale, tiny houses for sale, Airbnbs, design services, books, social media, including Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, eco-friendly, and the best appliances. Everything in these files are alphabetized, and we encourage you guys to put in the comments on each of the posts if you have any ideas. This is basically to help us compile all of this information to give it out for free. We don't charge for this. You can copy and paste and put it somewhere else for your own information. You can post it to other groups. Facebook has also given the groups the options to have a mentorship. In Tiny House Central, if you look in the mentor section, you will see about 7 to 10 different mentors that have signed up, and that people can reach out to and ask questions about either tiny living or the situation that they are in. The mentorship program takes about 2 weeks, and me personally, I believe I have mentored 3 different people. It's a lengthy process, but you know, if you have time to do it and you want to be mentored by someone and know and learn their knowledge about something, I believe mine is about helping people how to downsize and declutter, so more like minimalism. Check out the topic in their mentorship. They may be a mentor in our group to help with marriage. They might be a mentor to help with building, or for guidance on what to do with tiny houses. Do you guys have a business? If you do, feel free to post it in the group. That means if you write a book on tiny house living, if you work out of your tiny house, if you have comics, feel free to post all that in the group. If you do your own podcasts, some of us on our tiny journey included our businesses inside our tiny houses, so it is part of our tiny house journey. These are the reasons why I created Tiny House Central. I basically wanted a place where everyone was welcome and wasn't going to get kicked out for something petty. I decided I'm going to make a one-stop place for everything Tiny House Central. And in the 2 years that I've had it, it's grown to almost 14,000 members. And again, part of the reason I got those members was by posting in other tiny house groups, inviting people to come to my group. I have been in other tiny house groups where they're like, we just made this group, make sure you invite all your friends. No, that's not the way it works. You actually have to get out there and post your group in other groups to get people to come back. And when somebody likes that post, go there and say, thanks for liking, hope you join. That post is going to go right back up and more people are going to see it and more people are going to join your group. It takes a lot of work to do this. This is what I do. This is my full-time job, promoting these videos and promoting my herbal business. I do this 9 to 12 hours a day, including weekends. Like, this is what you have to do when you're self-employed and have a small business. You work a lot more. Working for free instead of buying ads for $50 to be shown to 2,000 people is not worth it to me. So I would rather put in the hard work and put the posts out myself. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up and don't forget to hit that subscribe button below and click the notifications bell to receive notifications so you can receive my videos, which I post every Sunday. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next video. 400 squeak. That's funny. Have our businesses outside of our tiny house. Why do I always keep saying outside? Some of us chose to Facebook has also, we've got